so I thought I would start teaching and showing how I do things by starting with my process for getting started on my me albums. So for every month, I put all my photos into one main section, as you can see here. This is called August folders. The next section I have is August me kids. I zoomed in the video a little, so hopefully it's not too zoomed in for you, but I wanted to, I can even turn my computer a little. Bear with me, this is my first time trying to do a digital video. It's a little bit harder than showing you a scrapbook spread. So this is my August folder, which is something that I always have, guaranteed. I also always have a me and the kids, and I have a me. And usually I try to stay on top of the favorites, but that one I do at the end of the month. Same thing with my me folder. At the end of the month, I go through the photos and I click through, or I copy and paste everything that I want to include in my album and in my section for that month. Most of it changes, but there is a few sections that stay the same, which is the opening. I always have some sort of photo to start off the month. To open that section, I always have a creative. I always have an everyday, and my recap. There it is, my recap. And I save a lot of quotes and screenshots and stuff like that to include, so that usually is part of my recap, whatever quotes I didn't include or anything like that. That is how I get started on my August me, and after I have all my photos in there. So I'm almost done with June, so I can show you how June starts out. It starts out like that, one big lump, and I can make the photos bigger so you can see them, but it's just one big lump, and it includes my screenshots, my memes, anything and everything that I could possibly want to include in my June section. Oh, you gotta love summer with kids, right? Goodness gracious. So I include everything that I could possibly imagine that I want to put in my album. It doesn't mean that it's all gonna make it in there, but it's all in there. So after I do that, I get folders. That's the next step. Step one, go into your main monthly photos, gather up anything and everything you want to include, copy and paste to the me folder. Then you divide it up. Step two, divide it up into the different categories. Opening, Santa Cruz, which is actually, I need to relabel that. It's gonna be 02, 03, 04, and 05, because there's just two different activities that would make more sense to split it up. So I need to rename that. And then 4th of July, creative, everyday, summer fun, me at my desk, and then documenting in California fires, and then a recap. And then this right here, I will make these bigger so you can see, and I will scroll down. This right here says TN me selfies. I use a TN so that way I know it goes into a traveler's notebook, a smaller format for documenting me. It's so much fun to be able to use one photo and do something a little different, a little outside of the pockets. So that's kind of what started my love of traveler's notebooks. I wanted something a little different, a little more fun. So everything that's gonna have a TN is that. Usually it's goofy selfies. I mean, filters always help. I mean, that's another summer day with messy hair. Usually I include memes. That's a hilarious meme. And I just put a T. After that, I will use my happy planner to write out exactly how I'm gonna lay it out. So I'm gonna skip down to September, because September I have written out. See, I have opening, me day. And if you see in here, it follows exactly like it's supposed to. Opening, me time. When I got stung at the lake, I draw myself. And I just use my pockets that I know that I have, and I sketch it out. That way it's easier for me. It makes more sense for me to have it sketched out, so that way I know exactly like how many photos I have, the configuration, the format. Makes sense for me. So I write that all down, and then the TNs go here. They don't get a design because I just don't hold myself to a strict design, but that's the order that they'll go in my notebook. And that's how I basically do my me album. That's how I get started. It makes a lot of sense for me to do the categories and to be able to document myself. I'm a mom, a busy mom, and I think that if I didn't document myself, I don't know if my stories would get told. And to me, it's important to tell my stories. So doing albums for myself gives me so much joy. And I've actually started doing more albums for myself than, say, my kids, which is something you don't see a lot in the scrapbooking community. But this year I'm gonna work on my kids' albums. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you document yourself more, and I hope my little tip on organizing into categories helps you to maybe get started on documenting yourself. Thanks for watching.